Hey everyone, just taking a quick break from editing a Cuisine à la Pierre video to do a short video about a new product I got. It is a light panel from ProMaster. Now this is an LED light thing. It can be mounted on top of a camera or on a stand or tripod. I have been using a bunch of these things to light stuff up. They have built-in clips that don't stick onto anything, and to adjust it, supposedly you spin this, but it doesn't work at all. So usually I have to just take one of these things and clamp it wherever I want. So it hasn't been working really well, but I'm hoping this will do a better job. Sorry about the squeaky chair. It's the only one I have. I'm slowly working on replacing my stuff so that you guys have a better experience watching and listening to me. Anyway, I just tried out a different one that I bought at Best Buy from Platinum brand, I think. And it had the same number of LEDs in it, so 308 LEDs, 308. But it was a dual color shifting one. And so this one's a daylight balanced. Let's talk about that real fast. So you can have daylight, which is going to be a cooler light source, and the lights I'm using right now are a warmer light source. I generally like the warmer stuff in my house, but cooler ones definitely look a lot more professional. The other one I had could adjust between the two colors, and it was only at its max brightness if you had both colors firing at the same time. So only half of them were cool and half of them were warm. And so if you set the color range, you're going to have to excuse me on what the actual color range is. I'll write it down here what the color range is. Warm is going to be over here. Cool is going to be over here. So we're looking at cool, the daylight. And so right in the middle, when you had both lights firing, it would get at its max brightness. And that's not really what I wanted. Plus, despite having the same number of LEDs, this brand makes one that's also a color shifting one, but this brand is supposedly brighter than the other one, even with the color shifting. Well, I only use cool light bulbs in these type of lights and stuff, so I figured I could just go with the daylight one, and that way I could get a lot more light and hopefully not have to use those crappy ones anymore. So just thought we'd open this up real fast and fire it up and see if it's something that I plan to keep or not. Trying out some new stuff with the channel lately, new microphones, new lights, new all kinds of stuff. Got another camera up there, so hopefully we can see in that one. So I'm going to be kind of looking to make sure that one's in frame. It's got cellophane on it, holding everything together. Instructions. I have more than one mic. That's the hard thing. Audio is really hard. I've been having a hard time making sure my audio is loud enough. So I have a shotgun mic on top of the camera recording me. I have the camera's microphone running as a last resort backup, which I've had to use a couple times. And I thought I'd try this one out that I'm also recording into a recorder. So it just is never loud enough. But if I turn up the gain too much or something, then it seems like it's peaking. So I have to learn how to do that. Anyway, we have a cool filter. I guess this is for tungsten lighting. Another thing to learn with all this video editing stuff is all these lighting colors. Cool thing is that these are really in there. It requires some batteries. Looks like just some AAAs. Remote. Now this has a battery, so you don't have to have it plugged into the wall, which is great. A gigantic battery right there. So can use one of these 2-prong thingies to charge it. Otherwise, the is a barrel plug. Nope, that doesn't fit. Let's keep digging. Okay, so you have a handle with some twisty things. This looks like an extension cord, I'm guessing. Do a little something like that. Does this go into there? No. It's a really tiny plug. Sorry, it's for a wall out or a car outlet. So the car outlet, so you can charge it off a car, which is pretty handy. Or then you have the normal 2-prong that you see on radios a lot of times. Something like that. So this guy is just a extender. Very nice. Onto the lights itself. It's in a Ziploc bag. Let's see here. I'm going to unscrew the mount. The other one I had, this was not removable, so looks like you can just screw a tripod right onto it. The other one I had, this was attached, and then you screwed a tripod on here, or it did have a stand, which this one doesn't. And then you see that this kind of looks a little funny here. This one actually has barn doors, and the point, whoop, I guess just a piece of paper for protection. The point of the barn doors is you can direct light wherever you want. So if you want to do like a narrow light there across some faces, you can do something like that. Or if you just want to highlight one person, you can do that, and the other ones would be a little more in shadow. I didn't think I would need this, but the more I thought about it, the more I thought it could be cool. You could kind of maybe focus in on a person's face and highlight their face. But the whole point is I just wanted the brighter lights, so these are just kind of a bonus. Around on the back here, see where the battery goes there. Dial to set your settings, and then power, and an LED display for your settings. So this one has a lux of 2500. Lux is related to lumens. Lux just is how much light it over an area it can do. The other one at max, if you had both the colors going, was a lumens of about 800. And so this is 2500 lux. This one should be a lot brighter. Otherwise, when you had it to the extremes of the other ones, it was like 400 lux or whatever, half of that. So that kind of sucked. So press and hold the knob. So here we go. Whoa, hey. That's a lot brighter than the other one. Wow. Yep. I think, okay, that's at max. So, okay, here's max. I'm trying to not blind the cameras here. We'll turn that down. Here, I am actually going to blind it. That camera keeps dying, so we're just going to go with this one. So there we're at 10%. So if I kind of come here and move those barn doors around. Didn't seem. Oh yeah, look at that. So you can even go more dim if you want just by closing those. Back here you can see just the number. So it goes up to 99. The other one, because it had a color, you could change the color temperature. There was another dial. So here, yeah, we just have that. Let's see if we're actually doing anything here. Press and hold the control knob for at least 5 seconds until the LED flashes. So, okay, so we're on channel 1. Come here. This was on channel 12. So I guess this one you can control a bunch of different lights as well, or if you have interference from something else, then you could control it or change it. So that's pretty handy. And then it does have the dual thing so it doesn't rotate around for tripods. Which I never understood why point and shoot cameras, or I'm sorry, photography cameras only have the one, and camcorders like the one I'm shooting with have the one so it doesn't spin. I don't see why this one can't have the second one. But anyway, it has a hot shoe mount. guess you can't really see what I'm doing if I'm blinding the camera. So you just screw that down, locks on. There. And we can lock that in whatever configuration we want. And there you go. You have your camera and gigantic light. Now this isn't a flash. It will not fire when there's no way to connect it to your flash or anything. This is just strictly a spotlight. So for comparison, we will fire this guy up. This is an LED bulb. Well, anyway, it's a 5000K, so that's the temperature we were talking about. So not quite as cold as this can get at the 5600. 14 watt LED. So this is what I've been using. That's pretty bright. But again, really hard to control. And then we will turn on this and start turning the brightness up. So, which one's brighter, I guess? It's kind of hard to tell. We'll turn this off and see how bright that is to me. And then I'll try and do this really fast so you can see the comparison. So I think they're pretty close. This one might be a little brighter. Anyway, the whole point of this is to get something that can be mounted on a tripod a little easier. Eventually, hopefully I'll get some big banks, but this way, at least on my main camera, I'll be able to have this light shining and illuminate things, and then I can use these to kind of highlight the background, and hopefully that'll give you a better viewing experience. Before we go, I guess there is a oh, so I had a filter on that, which is nice. Not seeing a whole lot of difference. Again, I'll take the suffering. Okay, so no filter. Filter. I guess it's just supposed to kind of soften it a bit. And then we'll put in the tungsten filter. So that really cools it down quite a bit. You can see it's quite a bit redder. Yep. So I just got done filming and realized I forgot to show the handle, so we're going to put that on. I also noticed that I accidentally turned off the microphone that was here. So that audio is probably not going to work. So it's a good thing I have backups. This is a little finicky because it has that extra screw hole on it, like I said. Anyway, they call this the what do they call this? They call this the run and gun handle. So, I guess that could make a cool spotlight if you had to go searching for something and see if there's any battery power at all. Yeah, so there's your run and gun. I think battery life is 4 or 5 hours if I read right, so that's not too bad. Run and gun! Sheesh. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this quick unboxing. It turned out to be longer than I expected because that camera kept dying. Trying out the audio stuff, trying out new lights. Hopefully you'll see all of this start to improve the quality of the videos over the next couple of months, and we'll go from there. So I'm going to keep this one. It's a lot nicer than the Platinum brand that I got from Best Buy. If you liked this video, found something interesting about it, didn't know what one of these things was, give it a like. And then if you want to make sure you don't miss out on any videos, please subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out right now, and I need to get as many subscribers as I can because that starts turning on YouTube features. Anybody who subscribes, I'm very appreciative of. Anyway, why don't you check out another video we got over here, and hope you have a great day. Thanks.